I'm talking to a client about a 2.75% interest rate on their current house. And what they're explaining to me is they've outgrown that house. They desperately need a larger house, but they don't want to make the move because they have such a low rate on that house. And they just don't want to take an interest rate that's double, more than double on the new house. And for reference, I'm a loan officer. I help people get mortgages to buy houses, sometimes refinance. And I'm listening to them, and I was like, how long have you had this loan? And they tell me 6, 7 years, and how low the payment is, and this, that, and the other thing. So I said, well, why don't you just keep that house and rent it? They're like, no, we have to get the equity out of the house in order to buy what we want. I was like, okay. So I was like, what are you going to do? They're like, I don't know. We've been thinking about it, this, that, and the other thing. So, well, let me ask you a question. She goes, what? I was like, let's suppose you go to your favorite restaurant. Let's suppose it's an Italian restaurant. And let's suppose your favorite dish is the chicken parmesan. And you know the chicken parmesan is $18 for dinner, but you go in one time and you get this dinner for $6. It's a special. And they sell you the $6 chicken parmesan and you love it and you eat it and it's great. You leave going, that was the greatest deal I've ever had on that dinner. And 2 weeks later, a month later, you go back in there and you say, hey, do you have the chicken parmesan? And they go, yes, it's $18. And you say to them, oh, I don't know. I don't think I can buy that. And the guy goes, why? And they go, well, 2 weeks ago, you sold it to me for $6. He goes, yeah, that was the situation then. We had extra chicken. We had whatever. They had some reason why they sold it to you for less. And you say, I am never going to order the chicken parmesan from you again because you sold it to me 2 weeks ago for $6 and now it's 3 times as much. I'm done with that chicken parmesan. It's the same thing with the house. You got an unbelievable deal on your mortgage. You paid very little interest. You had a low mortgage payment, and that was then. And now the payments are higher. The rates are higher. You're going to pay more. Now, clearly, you can't do it if you can't afford the newer house. But if you can afford it, you shouldn't put your whole life on hold because 6, 7, 8 years ago, you got chicken parmesan for $6, and today it's $18. Yeah, it's a lot more, but that was then and this is now. You can't put your life on hold just because you got a super deal at one point in your life and it's not available today.